All right, so Dutchman Mods and Repairs. I just wanted to show you guys what we use for smoke testing our cars. And by smoke testing, I'm talking about putting low pressure smoke vapors into the vacuum side or the intake side of the system of an engine. You can do emission sides, you can do exhaust side, yeah, you can do all that stuff. But right now we've only been using it the past year and a half or so, just looking for vacuum leaks, you know, intake manifold, split hoses, connections, all that kind of stuff. And it's this AutoLine Pro. Okay, so we've got a little adapter thing here that goes in. So this is where the smoke comes out. And basically this thing is, it's a can with a big wick and a small gauge wire that wraps around that. You get voltage here from the battery. Okay, plug it in there on the battery. Little toggle switch is kind of nice too. You have your air compressor hooked up here, and I'll talk about that in a second. The biggie that I liked about this is the built-in pressure regulator, because you have to have low pressure going into the system. Probably wouldn't be too big of a deal. You could handle it with your air compressor, you know, down underneath 5 psi, just doing regular intake side stuff. But when you start getting to emissions testing, you need to be underneath a 0.5 psi, and that's what I like about this, is I can plug my air compressor into it and this automatically regulates down to a 0.5 psi or less. Okay, yeah, you can hook up the air compressor. Even one time I did not have my air compressor, I just had a piece of rubber hose, slid over there, and I just blew in it just to push the smoke out of the canister in here, because there's this mineral oil in here that heats up and it gets smoky. Yeah, it goes through the hose. You see it kind of pulse, it kind of shoot out the hose there. You just, you know, cap off your system. Just find a hose you could plug that into. You could do it on your brake booster line, anything that goes into your intake system, right? Anything in the inlet side. And so that's what we use. I'll put that link down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm not into that crap yet. Maybe one day I will be. Right now it's just a great thing to pass along to people. I saw someone do a DIY build, was impressed with the build, but by the time I got pricing out everything I would need to build it, and the time that I would need to build it, and then what I would have when I got done, I just could not beat this thing right here. So besides the canister here, right, the cable, the connections, things like that, you do get the caps, all kinds of different sizes caps that you may need for plugging off things. There's also this little rubber, it's a rubberized like cone like plug that you could use. I actually used that on one vehicle where I actually went into the intake hose to the throttle body, and I can actually seat this. It's seated pretty good because it's rubber. And then I just put my smoke tip in there to put smoke into the motor, and that was to check throttle body stuff. So there was that, and then it did come with some regular old stuff, but for making the smoke, but really it's just mineral oil. So you don't have to go buy the $50 stuff that they try to tell you with their name stamped on it. I mean, you can if you want to support them, I guess, but nothing else done in there. It's just mineral oil that smokes in there. So yeah, there's my my 2 cents on that.